And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum, your host. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy that you are listening. It is Tuesday. It's March 10th. It's 2026. Hope you're having a good day. It's 89 degrees here in Central Florida. 89 degrees. Not making that up. Why I love Florida. I love heat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be a little more blunt than usual today. We're going to have a message for the powers that be today. And it's going to sound like it all has to deal with the market. But no, it really has to deal with everything. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But first, this is Investor's Edge. It's serious talk on everything that affects you. We do it with no agenda, ulterior motive, or bias. We piss off everybody that needs to be taken down a few notches. We know that by the emails we get from both sides. We'll cover the markets, war, lies, oil prices, and all that other stuff we talk about. But we know what's front and center right now. And if you do not get this radio show in your city, we'll post it at GaryK.com. We'll also post it on our X feed. If you don't follow us on X, just put our name in. It'll come up. And if you'd like to email us, just be nice. Oh, and by the way, we will post it on the YouTube channel, BizTV, and other podcast apps. So, let's see today. I am going to use the symbol USO. USO. They call it the United States Oil Fund. It corresponds to the spot price. It is exchange-traded fund and all that crap. Today, this is today. You closed yesterday at 104.33. You opened up and the high was 107.56. And then the administration starts announcing this, that, and the other thing, all bearish for oil prices, should send oil prices down. And guess what oil prices did? The USO went from 107.56 down to $94.23. And the market was having a pretty darn good day. And then it was announced, never mind. No, not kidding. I want you to think about this. We're at war. 7 dead Americans. We're now finding out, give or take, 150 of our soldiers wounded, with a few very seriously wounded. You think that's serious? I do. Yet they don't shut up. It's almost like they love doing play-by-play of a war. We're at war, risking lives. And it's like I'm watching Pat Summerall and John Madden from the White House. They don't shut up. And half the stuff is full of crap. They came out, this is the administration, not me or you, that we escorted ships through the Strait of Hormuz. They rolled it back hours later. You think we're making this up? We're not. The president is out tweeting play-by-play. This is war. This is no longer tariffs. It was bad enough. I'm putting 100% tariff on them. 3 hours later, well, I had a nice talk with them and we're going to change it back to 30%. 2 days later, well, now I'm pissed off back to 100%. That's tariffs. Bad enough. They don't shut up and we're at war. Men and women are dying. And who knows what's next? The president all day today. If Iran does this, we're going to hit them 20 times as hard. Yesterday he was saying it's almost over. Now 20 times as hard. The day before that, not until they surrender 100. What the hell is going on here? I'm trying to... And just remember, none of this has to do with markets. The fact that oil was all over the place, they don't shut up. And we're at war. It's bad enough he played golf this weekend while soldiers are dead. It's bad enough he wears a baseball cap at the transfer of the dead soldiers back to the United States. Shut up! This is insanity. I don't care if you love him, hate him. Does not matter to me. You know I'm right. Play-by-play of war? If Iran does this... Meanwhile, the latest news. Iran. This is latest news. Is possibly deploying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. That's the latest news. This is not good. I got to look at the Iranian foreign minister on TV today saying that the U.S. officials are posting fake news to manipulate markets. I got to listen to that from them? Shut up. Do your job. Finish it. Get the hell out of there. Tend to the wounded. Mourn the dead. I'm sitting there watching today. I have to tell you, I feel like I'm in Bizarro World. It's Bizarro World. And then we got to deal with news outlets. There was a blatant terror attack by two stupid prick teenagers, they're 18 and 19, I guess. These SOBs that will never see the light of day ever again. Go screw. And this is how CNN describes them. Two Pennsylvania teenagers crossed into New York City Saturday morning for what could have been a normal day enjoying the city during abnormally warm weather. You think I'm making that up? This is not a comedy act. And CNN had to roll it back. Oh, this was not good. How did it get out in the first place? I got a president administration that doesn't shut up and doing play-by-play of a war. And you got CNN, two Pennsylvania teenagers, they admitted to saying we wanted to do worse than the Boston bombing at the marathon. Two teenagers. But in less than an hour, their lives would drastically change as the pair. Their lives would drastically change. What about if anybody died? This is what we're dealing with. Both sides are insane. One is doing play-by-play of a war, and you got a media that doesn't give a crap about terror attacks. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I have no line into the president, and I'm sure he would not listen. And here we go. the president. If Iran has put out any mines in the Hormuz Strait, and we have no reports of them doing so yet, we want them removed immediately. If for any reason mines were placed and they are not removed forthwith, the military consequences to Iran will be at a level never seen before. If on the other hand, what is he doing? He's telegraphing what he's going to do in war? Hey, this is what we're going to do to you. I thought war was about surprises. General Patton is rolling over in his grave now. Up next, the markets. Yay. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. Yeah. What's up? Do we even care about earnings reports? I'm kind of looking around. Hey, Oracle's up $8. I think they reported. It's 158 at the close. Keep in mind, Oracle topped out at $345. By the way, for me, that's one for the record books. I'm sure you don't follow things as much as I do. Just so you know, Oracle reports a number, and it was pedestrian, not so great. Yet the stock, on an earnings report, closes 241, and the next day hits 345, closes at 328. A monster move off of pedestrian numbers, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? They announced this backlog of 400 or 500 billion of this, that, and the other thing. And I remember very well, how analysts were giving out $800, $1,000 price targets that day. And frankly, I couldn't blame them. And then the stock goes from 345, futzes around, and then tops out mid-October and drops to a recent low of 139. 139. I remember it like it yesterday. And what we have found out after the fact is it's one, and there's crap loads of debt to who the hell knows. We just follow stocks. We're happy it's up. It's up about $9 in the aftermarket. We'll call it 6%. Of course, that can change. So we started the show a little bit differently. You know I'm right. How do you have the... What is the title the president gets? The head of the military? Is that what it is? Our chief defense officer? What's the titles? And this guy's telling Iran what he's going to do. You do know they have channels. Even when you're at war with any country, there are channels and back channels that you tell them things. No, let's do it on Twitter, X. It's insanity. And of course, we know that yesterday he planted that news for the markets. We know, because he did it all the time with tariffs. But we're used to that. Tariffs, let's do it with war. Why not? It's insanity. But he don't care what I think. I'm a nobody. And then you have the mayor of New York City, whose wife celebrated October 7th many a times over, liking the celebration October 7th that men and women and adults and children and infants and elderly were murdered, raped, blown up, kidnapped, starved to death. And what does he do on purpose? He lets a terror lover in there to have dinner with him and his wife and made sure we're all to see it. The mayor of New York frickin' City. given his terroristic, anti-Israel, anti-Jew, anti-American middle finger to all of us. Which begs the question, what the hell is going on here? And we're being told now that this war is costing $900 million a day. And they had some Republican, what's his name, Thune out there. Well, you know. Well, you know what we know? It's a freaking footnote to these idiots. What do they care? $2 trillion a year deficit's no big deal. What's $900 million a day? I told you I'd be a little bit on the blunt side today. I think I'm going to have a pizza tonight. Pizza makes you feel better, right? Maybe. Anyway, as I said to you, it really moved oil prices around. I have no clue what happens overnight, and I have no clue about tomorrow. Semiconductors were very strong early. The optical data storage, memory, the building/construction of that were very strong. They came in, but were still up pretty decently, some of those names. We'll see what happens tomorrow. By the end of the day, let me tell you a few things sticking out. Remember we told you we thought software was trying to put in a low, and it got good relative strength for a few days, but we specifically said to you, but it just looks like, as of now, a very stretched, extended, and oversold counter trend, and I worry that's all it is, and we're going to have to watch closely. Well, I can tell you it started the first pullback today, and it was a little on the icky side. I will know more by the pullback. If the pullback is calm, quiet, and makes a higher low and rallies above a stair step, that's going to be important. I will tell you I was less than thrilled with today's action in the software stocks when all was said and done. Not great. I will tell you, I think I said this, be careful of defense stocks that already have had a big move, oil stocks that have already had a good move in advance of the war. I'm not sure what happens there, but I'd still be careful there. There is still bear markets going on I wrote down a whole freaking list. Managed care, go look at GM and Ford, airlines and cruise lines, waste management, I call it garbage, housing and housing related, medical research and products, auto dealers, we're calling software still, even with the nascent rally, the whole kit and caboodle of financials, whether it be credit cards, banks, regionals, credit companies, and private equity. Bitcoin miners, a little better tone in the crypto, but nothing special. China had a very good day today, but that's been really weak. A lot of the retail European banks have topped out. Mega cap tech, bleh. A lot of the consumer staples have topped out. So there is a bevy of things to avoid. The good news is there's still plenty of things acting good. Up next, more on that and whatever else. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. Da-da-da. A few things of note. SpaceX, the initial public offering, may be coming out in the next couple of months. That is Elon Musk, and I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed. You've seen it, right? Where the rocket ship, by the way, it is like, in case you don't know, it's like a skyscraper tall, these rocket ships that are landing in the arm. It's like an arm of where it lifted off. It's amazing. Anyway, that looks like it's going to happen. There's this whole thing of Anthropic talking about this year also. OpenAI also. We'll be watching those. I'm pretty darn sure they're going to come out at ridiculous valuations because that's what they do. And a word to the wise, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Just about every damn IPO that's come out in the last year, they screwed you, they opened it hot, they got everybody lathered up, and I got a bunch of them that are down 75% from the highs. 75%. 75%, if not more. So we'll watch that for you. It's a shame that Wall Street just doesn't give a crap about you. Give me the biggest freaking fee and I don't care what's next. And then they kill the IPO market until the next go round. What do they care? And if you want to know what I am talking about, I keep a list. Let's spend 3 minutes on this. How about BLSH, $37 deal? They only opened it up at $115 that first day and closed it at $70. It's under the IPO price. That's what we mean. How about Chime, $27 deal, opened at $45. It's $22. Hit a low of 16. By the way, these were all touted like you would not believe. Remember that, what was that? Klarna, $40 deal. Didn't open it big, but at 48, closed at 42. It's 15. Or those, the Bitcoin digital asset crap. A $28 deal, GEMI, the twins. Opens it at 46, closes that day at 32. It's 9. Oh, by the way, that's off the lows. StubHub, $23.50 deal, opens at 28, closes at 22. It's $7.90. StubHub. That's a name you know, right? And then the Wi-Fi, WYFI, $17 deal, rallied to 40, it's 15. And let's not forget all the other stuff. The Trump coins that are down 97 to 99%, but a lot of people sold when they came out. You remember that, right? Or all the Bitcoin stocks that are not exactly Bitcoin, but they have something to do with it, like simple BMNR. Somehow it went ape nuts to the upside, hit $161. It's 20. That's only 88% down, while they're touting the hell out of you. So muy importante, you remember this? And we will watch to see where SpaceX comes out or OpenAI, whatever. They're already touting the hell out of it. But the valuations they're going to open at is one big giant middle finger to you. And we want you to remember that. And how do we know? I just mentioned just a few names. I could have named a lot more. Figma, $33 deal, opened up at $140. It's 28. $140 to $28. And when they tout all this stuff, you know what ends up happening? When they go public, they're up there, they're ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange, and they're all talking about them, and they're going on TV. Yeah, Figma, it's a platform for this, that, and the other thing, and and they don't tell you that they bring it out at this valuation, which means you're paying $5 for a $1 bill. You remember Rivian, right? Yeah, you're welcome. Remember that came out? And within a day, it had just about as big a market cap of GM and Ford put together, even though those two had $250 billion in revenues and Rivian didn't have a single car sold. 180 hit a low of 8. It's up to 16, though. Again, if there's anything we do for you, is get your feet on the ground when they're yelling and screaming at you. You gotta own it. It's the greatest. While they're selling it into you. The Dow finished down 34, NASDAQ up 1. I will tell you one time today, the Dow was up 48,220, 500. Am I right? Yeah. I will also tell you it was down 250, 200. And this is what we mean by they don't shut up. They don't ever shut up. Tomorrow's another day. And by the way, I'm right about everything I am saying to you about what is this play-by-play of war. Hey, enemies, this is what we're going to do. You ready? Ollie Ollie Umpson free. Remember that? When you were a kid? You're it. I really think we're in a bizarro world. It was bad enough with the tariffs. People are dying. Soldiers are being injured. Some with life-threatening injuries. I don't know where to go with this. I should be president. My bad. I decided to do this business. There's no logic anymore. There's no logic. And of course, 38 trillion of debt tells you everything you need to know. And don't worry, $900 million a day. It's cool. We're good. You should see their faces while they were being interviewed. Thune and some of these other Republicans. No big deal. 900 mil a day. Yeah. Yeah, it's not even $1 billion. Come on. Don't waste our time. Anyway. And by the way, I'm one that believe we need to neuter Iran. I think it's a good thing. They're scumbags. And I believe it's a good thing for their people. Is it our place? Well, guess what? Doesn't matter what I think. We'll keep you informed. No agenda. No ulterior motive. No bias. We can't stand any of them. Makes it easy for us. Anything else happened today? Gold was up, silver was up, range bound. Again, it was much stronger earlier. I really do believe semiconductors and those other areas want to lift, and they were much higher today. If the market rights itself, I think that's a lot of the place to be. Up next, I'll think of something. This is the one only Investor's Edge. Da-na-na. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. So here's some late breaking. U.S. forces have destroyed 10 boats in the Strait of Hormuz that were laying mines in and around the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. And the president announces that on Twitter, or whatever he announces it on. Play-by-play. This is so stupid. He's even tweeting out the technology they're using. Sure. Okay. We move on. What's our tactics right now? Calm, quiet, not crazy. How do we keep emotions in check? You try. When you see 3% moves in a day and 5 to 10% moves in individual names, what do? Take your time. When you see oil prices go up and down 15% in a day, which obviously is going to move the needle in the markets, what do? Well, as we always do with you, we tell you what areas to avoid. Where's the big leadership? As I said to you, all things being equal, if the market doesn't go down, what do I think's got the juice? For me, it is the group of the Sienas, Coherents, Cornings, Lights, the Microns, Seagates, Western Digital, SanDisks, the semiconductor index that got back above the 50-day before tucking in a little bit today. Can that change tomorrow? Of course it can. But what else do? We eliminate. Our job is always to eliminate. And as we have stated, housing and housing related, which includes Home Depot and Lowe's and Williams-Sonoma and Sherwin-Williams, bearish right now. Medical research and products, mostly bearish. Avoid. We know about the United Health and that whole group, which has been decimated. Avoid. GM and Ford, big breakdowns. Avoid. You know about ADP and paychecks. We've been telling you that for a year. And look how bad the job market is. Avoid. Anything that's above the 50-day and breaks below, bye-bye. Financials, which gives us a lot of pause. When we see Blackstone and Apollo Group and KKR and Texas Pacific Group and all these companies that extend credit and loans crashing, and then you hear that they're not going to do redemptions, and then you hear BlackRock just mark down something from 100 to 0, gives you pause. Avoids. The big banks all trading below the 50-day, avoid. Not telling you to sell, but they're avoids. A lot of the insurance stocks are avoids. Because of the oil prices, I can tell you that the cruise lines and airlines, hotels, less so on the hotels, but they're avoids. There's no reason for me to even think about them twice. In the mega cap area, I'm not going near AMD or Amazon. And while they've been bouncing Salesforce.com and Microsoft, they're not real for me. I like strength. And you never know where the gremlins are on these software names that they're so far down. As you know, they've had one hell of a reaction to what artificial intelligence can do to them. Avoid. And that's how we do it. In the Dow. Hell, Disney. It's been a void for years. IBM, now in a void. Was acting well. Nike. Go look at the chart of Nike. Huge avoid. Visa and MasterCard. And of course, hanging overhead is the utter stupidity. Oh, we're going to cap the interest you can charge to 10%. Yeah, that'll work. Avoid. Which includes Capital One and some others. And when we're able to avoid a lot of things, it tells us about the market, but it also tells us, whoa, look at these other areas really strong, and they are the sore thumbs. And then if everything breaks, oh, we know. How do you think we've kept out every bear market? It was easy. Big indices break the 50-day, keep dropping, rally back up, fail, and then stair steps to the downside. Avoid. So stay tuned. I wish I had a clue about what happens tomorrow, but we're dealing with a lot of things that happen overnight, and they don't shut up. Obviously, the duh comment is watch oil prices. It's dictating everything. At this juncture, you should have seen it today, tick for tick with the market. Will Oracle save the day tomorrow? I don't think it's a big saver of the day, but the fact that it's up, I gather you take it. It has been a death drop for that stock. That all said, hope you understand the bluntness. You have a great evening, drive carefully, and when you get home, do like we do, quite simple. Make sure you hug your family and hug your children. They will feel better, you'll feel better. I promise. Stay well, be well. Have a great evening, everybody. Good night.